do you like what we do here? I would assume so if you're listening to this. We have had a good year for growth this year. We've had substantial growth on all the podcast feeds with new subscribers. We have the new YouTube channel with a bunch of new subscribers there too. But we want to carry this over into 2026 so we can continue to provide high-quality entertainment, high-quality news, high-quality reviews, and all that kind of stuff. So what we're asking for going into next year is, if you have the ability, we're not asking for a lot, you can donate. Go to ko-fi.com/MWP News and make a donation. Everything you do goes towards making sure we can do things. That way I can take days off work to go and cover things early, or, things of that nature. Go to events and talk about them early, see advanced screenings. All that stuff goes into that budget. On top of that, if you can't afford that, and I realize right now things are tough and things are rough out there. If you can't afford that, the easiest thing you can do is subscribe and rate. No matter what you use to get this podcast, you can subscribe. Just hit the follow button, hit subscribe, whatever the button is on your thing, and then rate us. Give us 5 stars. That'll help more people find us, and the more people find us, the more we can, the more we'll be able to do, and we'll be able to get more happening. You can also go to mwpnews.com and sign up for our newsletter. There we will have articles and stuff like that about what we cover on this show. And we will also be doing more gaming content on the YouTube channel. If we can get, with more subscribers on there, we can do more. And that's youtube.com/@MWPnews. And again, thank you for a great year for us. Next year will be better. One of the big issues that I had this year that preempted me from doing a lot of what I wanted to has been resolved with the issue with my car, and that issue has been resolved. So going into this next year, we should be a lot more smooth sailing, but we do need your help to get more people listening and get what we're doing here out there. So just subscribe, tell your friends, and if you have the ability to, and you have the money, and you want to, and you think we're doing a good job, and we've earned that, go to ko-fi.com/MWP News and throw us whatever you think we deserve. And thank you, and enjoy this episode. Good morning, and welcome to the Backlog Files. I am Adam. We're here with a new release, again. So, I think it was last year that we got the initial announcement of Pokemon Champions, which was this idea that, it's going to be a battle simulator. It's going to be the new standard for the, for how, we're going to do, what's it called? We're going to do I guess that's turning. How they're going to do the World Championships, all that. It's going to be, it's going to be a new, way forward. It's going to have, it's a full battle simulator. No matter how you want to play, you can battle that way. Any items, you can use your Pokemon from home, you can use any Pokemon you want, you can use any items you want, you can, Mega, you can use Z moves, you can use Terastallization, you can use Gigantamax, all these cool things. And they announced, okay, it's going to come at some point. I think when it was announced last year, they said 2026. Then we got the surprise announcement that it was going to be coming in April. And now the game is out. The game is free. You can get a battle pass for it. I did not get the battle pass. I did not pay for the battle pass for this game. Let's talk about this game in this form. Because in this form, this is not what this game was advertised as. Let's start out with the real simple thing. The Battle Pass is handled very poorly. I think that the Pokemon franchise has enough cosmetics in it that you can keep a battle pass running for a very long time. You literally will not run out of things to give people, especially when you can buy music, you can buy cosmetics, poses, clothing. On top of the iconography that exists within the franchise of giving people outfits, giving people, things like that, there's no shortage of ways you can monetize that in a battle pass and be like, okay, well, this is, Ruby and Sapphire month, or season, and we'll do, like, all the Hoenn shit. And it's like, okay, well, cool. Like, that would have been better. Inherently, this game has a very pay-to-win feel to it, because of how many items you have to pay for all the items, and how many of them are locked in the Battle Pass. Like, there are a lot of Megastones locked in the Battle Pass, in the Premium Battle Pass, no less, which is a bit cumbersome. I haven't really fiddled around too much. I haven't, had the chance to really do that, but, like, in terms of, like, this being a battle simulator, I did play a few battles. I like there are a few aesthetics I really like. The idea that, like, you can manipulate the EVs however you want is a really cool and welcome feature. That way you don't have to sit here and EV train in another game, bring them in and do that. No, it's just, they're set, they're good, and you can just go. The new UI is great. Hopefully this new UI in the games carries on into Wind and Waves, the battle UI. I like the way it looks. I like the effectiveness ranges that they show. I like that they give you a percentage of how much HP is left. All those things are really good. There are some graphical issues that I'm hoping they will patch, but again, my biggest issue with this is it feels like it was rushed out. This game feels like it was rushed out to meet a deadline, and it is fundamentally incomplete. The idea that I'm playing this game in handheld and it has frame rate issues is a problem. If I play Scarlet and Violet with the Switch 2 patch, it does not have frame rate issues. It runs fine. Like, ZA does not have frame rate issues when I play in handheld. It plays fine. That's kind of a problem. Like, you can't release a game like this and have graphical issues. Some of the animations are better. The animations are definitely better. Like, the battle animations are definitely a step up. But for it to stutter and all that, and maybe it is online connectivity, and maybe that's part of the problem, but it doesn't look great at times, and that's kind of a problem. And the other issue is just the roster's really lacking. Why is the roster so lacking? I do not understand. Like, here's the issue. If this is going to be a full, faithful battle simulator, why is it that, like, it's only, like, 180 Pokemon in this? And also, like, all the other features aren't in the game yet. Like, I haven't tried to move anything in yet, but I don't think you can Terrestrial your Pokemon. Like, I don't think that option is in there, because, like, I didn't see it when I was doing my battles. Like, I didn't see that as an option for the Pokemon that didn't have Megastones. Like, I had a Megastone on my Gardevoir, and it just becomes kind of, like, tanky, but, like, I didn't see, anywhere in there that there was an option for Terrestrialization, or Dynamax, or there's no Z crystals in the shop either. Like, and that's the thing, is that, like, they point out, like, oh, it's called the Omni Ring this time because it's a mix of the Terra Orb and the Dynamax Band and the Mega Ring and whatever the fuck it was called to use Z moves. Like, it's a combination of all of those, and the idea that, like, okay, that's all there, but, like, none of it's in the game except for Megas. It's a very weird situation. And I'm just, like, I'm a little disappointed in this. I'm not a big online player to begin with. I'm more of a local single player kind of guy. And I've been that way for a very long time. I don't like playing games that frustrate me. I don't like playing games that, if I have to sit here and get good at it. If I have to learn how to play it and get really good at it to have fun, it turns into work. And I don't want to play video games like as a chore, which is what it ends up feeling like if it's something you have to get good at. And to that end, as I'm playing this game, I'm like, if this was something that was more fun and had the options that were advertised, I would get that more. And the other thing I don't get is, like, why are we limited on how many Pokemon we can bring in without paying for more? That feels like a really stupid decision. And I know people will pay for it, so it's not stupid for them, but, like, what the fuck? Why am I limited to 30? Like, that it just feels kind of dumb. And a lot of things with this game feel like, why the fuck did you do that? And that's kind of my fundamental issue with this game, is that it's like, you rolled this out, maybe by this time next year, it'll be, fully functional the way it should have been at launch. Maybe by this time next year. I can't guarantee that, because I have no way of knowing. But that, like, right now, this is not a full, fun experience. Right now, what it is, it feels like a tech demo. It feels like something that you would check out when you're going to, like, Target, and it's sitting there on the, it's sitting there on the, it's on the Switch 2 that's there for display model, and you're like, oh, you can try it out. It's like, oh, this is what a next-gen Pokemon game is going to feel like. And okay, maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's why they put it out now, to try and generate hype for Wind and Waves. But all it does is it makes me feel like, oh, well, this is just kind of a slapdash attempt at making a battle simulator. Like, when I think back at, like, the previous ones, your stadiums, your Stadium 2, your Battle Revolution, to an extent, even your what's that game called? Your Coliseum and XD, which were full RPGs that also had a Coliseum mode in it. But those games fundamentally were complete. Like, and that's the thing too, is that it's like, they were challenge modes. And the fact that you could only do 3-on-3, like, single battle, double battle, but it's always 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, feels like a mistake. Why is there no 6-on-6 at launch? Why is there no, like, I get that this is meant to be the new standard going forward. This is designed to be the way that, games are going to be, like, when they do the World Championship, it's going to be on this game. And I get that they need to get that rolled out and working. And that's, I think, what this is mostly, is it's basically like, here's the open beta, so we can get this set up and situated before we get to World Champions. Like, I would assume that that's what this is. But the idea that, like, oh, it's going to be more accessible now is something that's kind of interesting, but they don't really do. Like, that was kind of the big thing with this, is that it's like, oh, you don't have to worry about EV training or IV breeding or anything like that. Everything you have to do is in this game, and you can just modify your Pokemon to match whatever stats you need. Boom, done. You don't have to breed for hours to get the right IVs. You don't have to breed for the right, for the right nature. Everything you need to do to get your Pokemon battle ready and ready to compete competitively can be done in this one place, all at once, and you're done, and you're good. And the items you need, you can set your team up however you want to. You can try shit out. Boom, you're good. Have fun. Go nuts. And that's just fundamentally not what this is at this stage. It's going to be a live service game going forward. It's going to be their thing. They're going to have a lot of people, playing. And look, hopefully at some point it becomes what they kind of advertise it as. But I think the thing that really incenses me more than anything about this is the Battle Pass having battle items locked behind it. If you look at, like, Fortnite, or you look at, like, Rocket League, or other things that have battle passes, typically the good ones don't have that stuff locked behind the battle pass. typically what you'll end up with is like cosmetic items. If you want a costume, if you want, you know, something like that, you play the battle pass and you can unlock the costume, and that's what it is. And for a franchise like Pokemon that's had so many games over 30 years, that you can do like, oh, if you want to make your character look like the lead from Coliseum or XD, or if you want to make your character look like, you know, Ash, or you want to make your character look like, you know, like Sabrina, or whatever it is you're doing, like those are all great things you can do with the battle pass. You can put the music behind the battle pass, the poses behind the battle pass. You can, like, there's so much shit you could do. Like anime, manga, like this franchise is massive. Like, you could do stadiums behind the battle pass. Like, hey, you can you can pick the stadium you want to do. There are so many options. So many options. And yet it just feels kind of like, well, why did we do it this way? Like, and that's kind of the entire problem here, is that it's like the idea that like multiple megastones, and not even all the megastones are locked behind it. That's kind of my other issue with this. Like, I did kind of have an issue with the fact that, like, oh, if you want the megastones for the Kalos starters, you need to play ranked online and get your rank up in ZA, and then it was the same thing for the Hoenn starter megastones. But, like, the idea that, like, okay, well, Mega Feraligatr and Mega Emboar, their stones are locked behind it, but Meganium is in the regular tier battle pass. And it's like, okay, but why? That feels like a really weird choice for absolutely no reason. But look, I mean, let's see what happens. Let's see how this game evolves from here. Maybe they'll correct as they go. Maybe it's an early adopter thing, so they're trying to take advantage of early adopters, which is entirely possible. Who knows? But we'll wrap up here for today. Next week we're probably going to talk about Escape from Ever After, the new indie game that's a bit Mario-like. And until until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.